Hi, it's Tyrone from tyroneshum.com and welcome to the dedicated channel where I help you with outsourcing, automation and lifestyle business design. I'm really happy to be able to receive all these questions, and I'm beginning the next Q&A session, which is the 10th of November. So I want to jump straight into these because there's a lot of questions from everyone who's been able to reply back to me. All right, so the first question I've got here is from Adam Sinner. And Adam's actually saying that he runs a website called dormroomcash.com. And he says here, the purpose of me getting in contact with you is because my readers have been emailing me wondering if people really make good money blogging and how do they do it. I can always tell them lots of people making great money online, but I thought it'd be better to actually get 15 bloggers to respond to these two questions. How did you start making money online and why did you choose that method? All right, well, I'll answer that first one, Adam. That's a really good question. How do I start making money online? The first thing I did was actually to put up my blog, and my blog was just to build up my presence and also my branding behind what I currently do. And then through the blog, I built up a subscriber base by running a few competitions. And through those competitions, I got a few people to come onto my readership or become followers and loyal readers of my blog. From there, I actually started up a membership site, and from that membership site, I made some money to be able to offer on a recurring income for myself. In addition to that as well too, I was doing affiliate marketing on the side and affiliate marketing of products. And I sold a lot of products like internet market products, which were around about the $2,000 mark, which if I sold 10, I'd easily make about $10,000 a month quite easily. So you can imagine having those affiliate incomes combination with blog income and also from membership sites. That's how I really got started. For me, the blog isn't really a way to be able to generate income from advertising because I don't do any advertising on my blog. Most of my income that I generate is mostly from affiliate marketing or from membership site signups from my back end. So a lot of the main income comes from those things, and that's how I chose that method. Yes, blogging works, but I highly recommend for anyone starting out to go the method of setting up lots and lots of good back-end products to be able to sell, because that's really where the good money is. Okay, and your next question is, and what was the turning point where you knew your method would work out? Well, that's quite a simple question. Trial and error, and from trial and error, I made money, and from that money, I basically reinvested back into it again by hiring virtual assistants and also programmers to be able to continue to develop my site and my business. So that basically is the method. It's a lot of trial and error and also a lot of testing to make sure it works. So hopefully that helps your readers, and Adam, I hope that you'll be able to use this method to your advantage as well too. All right, Duncan is sent me a message here, and Duncan's in my Mass Outsource Mastermind group, and he's got a quick query for me. So he says, "Can you please tell me if you know of any good iPhone app companies that you've come across, or do you know of certain ones that your friends have used? I would be tremendously grateful. Thanks, Duncan." Duncan, a good friend of mine, Pat Flynn, owns a iPhone/iPad application company, and he develops that. He actually outsources all that. So if you want to find out a little bit more, just head over to his blog at smartpassiveincome.com and send him a little contact info and ask him if he could help you out with that. Okay, thanks very much for that, Duncan. The next question I've got is from Kaz. He's got a couple of questions here. He says, recently as part of your bonus, you're giving away, you mentioned a VA training pack worth $97. Is that product you have here for sale? And if so, I'd be interested to learn more about it for personal interest and also to promote it on my site. Yes, definitely it's available. If you go to massoutsource.com/VA-training-pack, you'll be able to see the sales page there, and that one's up for sale for $97. And it's actually for sale for $77. So that's actually a special offer that I'm having right now. Also, the other question you're wondering about Mass Outsource Mastermind. Is that a course you offer periodically? I mentioned it in a blog post I've written and it's scheduled to go up next week, and wonder if you open it or had any plans to reopen it. Well, yes, I do. Hopefully this week I do have it reopened very soon. What I would probably do, Cass, is that I will send you an email once that's all up, and you can just check it out. Basically, at this point in time, it's at massoutsource.com/join. And if you go to that link there, you'll be able to sign up for the Mass Outsource Mastermind course for a $1 trial right now to test it out. So hopefully that would help you out there with it, Kaz. And the next one is from Mary Ferguson. Mary has a question saying, thanks Tyrone, these trips are wonderful. Can you tell me from an Australian perspective and what would be the cost of the more passive versions of these? I know Elance and Odesk would be cheaper versions with only their membership as a cost. Well, that's an interesting question. Basically, she's replying to 5 creative passive incomes ideas for you. What would be the cost of these more passive versions of these? In my opinion, I would probably go for a membership site if you can set one up, and then hiring people to be able to set this all up for you, like a programmer and also a virtual assistant to run and overlook it. So my more passive income idea would probably be a membership site, and that's something that I'd highly recommend doing because it does has a continuity program where it allows you to generate regular income, and if you have enough members, you'll be able to do that consistently as well. So great question, Marie. Next question I've got from Desiree Maidson. I've been assisting the actor Kerry Tagawa with creating his Facebook fan page, official website, Twitter account, and so on. I've not mastered how to create the FB landing page, but I hope your videos will help me figure this out. Kerry's getting ready to launch himself as an acting coach as well as healer practitioner through his chin breakwork technique that he's created 30 years plus. He is interested in outsourcing his teachings that he wants to post as MP3s, videos, podcasts, etc. and is considering going with Cisco's webcasting services. Okay. Do you have any further suggestions for him? And for me, he's web presence designer. I want to support him as much as I can, yet I do not have enough expertise around podcasts, etc. Alright, I'll answer this first question. Firstly, what you want to do is to firstly set up a location where you can store all these MP3s, videos, and podcasts, or basically podcasts are MP3s. And I highly recommend using a service like Amazon S3. Amazon S3 allows you to be able to store many gigs of data. And I would assume that these are probably not very large MP3 audios. But once it comes to videos, yes, then you're going to probably start having large storage space that you need. So what I would suggest is set up a server on Amazon S3, and once you've got that set up, then upload all these over to basically your Amazon S3. And once that's all set up, you can set up an automatic feed directly into, say for example, iTunes to be able to send out podcasts and send out anything out onto the web. And what you want to do is basically have a blog that has all these links linking back to Amazon S3, and then having it feeding out directly through your feed at your blog. Now, it's a bit technical in terms of what I've described. If you do want to have some consulting on how to do that, and for me to show you how to do it, most welcome to help you with that. That's basically one-on-one consulting. So you can contact me directly or personally. Just book an appointment with Joanna, my virtual assistant, and she'll be able to organize that for you. Now, in terms of offer an RSS feed you've got here, and have my own radio show through Blog Talk Radio and Twitter, goes straight to my feeds, blogs, FB, etc. And I post my feed on my private websites as well. Well, you're pretty much doing it there. The area I'm weak is in pod and webcasting. I'm thinking that he should have a channel on Ustream TV as well. He's also one to charge fees for people to download MP3s, etc. of his talks and teachings. I've seen people weak and then purchase MP3s for 99 cents or so, and they can have instant access to download. All right, well, good point there. If you want to have this service, I'd highly recommend trying it out through iTunes. iTunes you can charge as well and set that up to be able to stream it out there. In terms of a channel, I highly recommend doing it through YouTube. YouTube gets the most traffic, and YouTube allows you to be able to have your own channel as well. So if you want to go through down that route, I'd highly recommend that way. And last question you've got here, any idea of where we can bin for resources for any of these above? Your help is matter. Okay, well, I've basically gone through and given you the resources, answering your questions step by step. And if you want to just get in contact with me, as I said, more than happy for you to do that. Just it's a one-on-one consulting, and I do charge a fee of $500 per hour to be able to do that. So let me know if you are interested. Otherwise, I hope that the information that I've provided for you does help you there. All right, thank you very much for that question. Now, the next question is Khalid. From Khalid, I hope, hi Tyrone, I love your blog and your niche site as well. I am starting my own site and cannot figure out how to incorporate my audio transcripts into my video like you have. You have a nice layout where you click on check on the transcript and it drops down without exiting the page. Could you explain to me how to do this or where to look for it? Okay, there's a really neat tool that you can apply to WordPress, and the WordPress plugin that I use is called WP-Spoiler, which allows you to be able to hide and open up your transcripts. If you just install that, you're pretty much up and away. Also, maybe you could do a post about how to publish and edit your text on WordPress. Would be really cool, by the way. I've sort of done something like that already in the past. You'll just have to go through my archives to find that, and I hope that you'll be able to get through with just that WordPress plugin, because that's all you need. The next question I've got from Nate. Hi Tyron, I've been listening to your podcast and blog for a few weeks now. I'm definitely planning to use outsourcing soon. That's great to hear. I'm just starting my own company. The first part is a blog at debtfreestartups.com. A post I'm working on is looking for entrepreneurs who are under 30 and have built a six-figure income without using debt. No problem. Quick question. Did you start your company debt-free? If so, would you mind answering the following questions? Well, yes, I did. What is the main or one of the main benefits for starting a business debt-free? Well, as soon as you make money first day, you'll pretty much profit. Your first income that brings in is profit straight from day one. So you haven't had to borrow any money. I've been through businesses where they've had to hire $300,000 or borrow $300,000 from the bank to be able to set up their first business, basically to set up the overheads, set up the stores, hire staff, etc. And then from there, they've got their running costs, which is the reason why they have to borrow that $300,000. Whereas the benefit of setting up internet-based business, it would have just cost me server hire, probably $5 a month, setting up my own website, installation, pretty much close to nothing. If I had known about outsourcing back then, I would have actually started and would have cost me $350 a month to be able to hire someone full time. But now with the profit I've coming from the business, then I basically reinvest that money back into the business and continue to make profit from it. Okay, the next question is, what has been, if any, the hardest part of staying debt-free? I don't really know how to answer that one, because I haven't had to be in a position where I've had to borrow money to be able to run my internet-based business. Any business that I've run, I've always tried to make sure I get it back to zero if I had to borrow any money, which I haven't had to do. And basically any money that comes into the business as a profit, basically it just gets reinvested, or I take a proportion of it out to use for other things in my personal life. That's pretty much it. And what is the one tip you could give someone who wants to start up debt-free? Debt-free startup. Well, I would probably recommend, firstly, if you want to start up and get fast, outsource as quick as you can. Yes, it'll cost you a bit of money at the beginning, but if you can get your website up, if you can get your business making some money at the beginning to cover those costs, then you're really, really moving much faster than doing it all yourself. And that's something that I learned the hard way. I had to do everything myself, and it took up a lot of time. Whereas if I wish I hired a programmer at the beginning, then I could probably move much faster and be making a lot more than I am making right now. So great questions, Nate. All right. So the next question I've got here is from Alison James, and she's got here a reply to $250 per month working full time. That's an email newsletter that I send out, and she just says, I just want to let you know that listing a dollar amount in the headline is very impactful, but when I read it, I thought you were saying that someone was working really hard to make $250 a month. When I read the email, I was surprised and thrilled to see that you could hire outsourced workers for that amount, which is true. So I guess this is a mixed feedback. I think it's a great thing that you're telling people how cheap it is to outsource, because I really had no idea at the cost. But worry that some may not have opened the email due to a misleading title. Thanks very much for the work you do. All right, well, that's a great comment. And I think that's something that is important to note, that yes, it's possible to hire people at that. And usually nowadays, with the increased amount of people coming to hire from the Philippines, the price of $250 has gone up to probably around the $350 mark. But that's still very, very low in comparison to hiring full-time virtual assistants locally. So thank you very much for the questions, and thank you to everyone for sending in these questions. I love getting all these questions every week, and I hope that answering these personal one-on-one on my blog really does help you to be able to gain a better understanding. So thanks very much again. My name is Tyrone from tyronshum.com, and I'll see you inside the next video. Bye for now.